I'd like to call this meeting of the Wilkes County Board of Education for February 17th, 2025 to order. I'd also like to remind the public that the meeting is being televised on Spectrum and Greenlight Channel 22 and live streamed through the Wilkes County Schools YouTube channel. The public can also view the meeting by downloading the Wilkes County Schools TV 22 app and through links on the district's Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter pages and the website. Do I have a motion for the agenda?
Mr. Chair,
Ms. Powell?
I move that we approve the agenda for the February 17th, 2025 Wilson County Board of Education meeting.
Second.
All right, we've got a motion to approve the agenda by Ms. Powell, seconded by Mr. Breen. All in favor? Or any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it. The agenda passes. Next, we are going to be led in the Pledge of Allegiance by Ms. Powell.
I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
All right. Next item that we have on our agenda is the approval of the minutes, and I believe all of our board members have minutes in their packets.
Yes, they can. Mr. Chair, I'd like to move that we approve the minutes for January the 27th, 2025.
Second.
All right, it has been moved by Mrs. Poyet that we approved the January 27th, 2025 minutes, seconded by Mr. Breen. Any discussion?
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
if you look on page 10 of the minutes, under item N, it reads that this policy is being repealed by the law firm of Poynter and School. I would like the record to reflect that the board is being asked to repeal the policy as requested by Poynter School.
No objection to that amendment in the minutes.
No objection.
All right. So then we will have our minutes adjusted, and the motion's going to reflect that. Any other discussion? All right. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Ayes have it. And the minutes pass with the correction. All right. Our good news presentation. Dr. Mills.
The system did not.
Ms. Powell.
All right, board members, audience members, tonight we have several really important, very, very important, distinguished teachers with us tonight. They're being recognized for their national board certifications. Please, please. And I'm excited we get to see them again. So if they would come forward, because we know they're used to being in front of the class. So here we go. Miss Amber Glover, Sarita Braswell, Drusilla Lamb. You have to come up and stay. Drusilla. Amy Crawford. Kim Smith. I don't think Kim Smith was able to make it tonight. Jill Wheeler. Did I get everybody? I think so. Okay. Let me tell you about these folks. These are the educators who've either earned or renewed their national board certifications. So this is a really big deal. This is a huge accomplishment. National Board Certification is an advanced teaching credential that goes beyond state licensure. Wilson County Schools currently has 52 educators with the certification, and North Carolina leads the nation with more than 24,000 educators who are nationally board certified. So I want to share a little bit more about the certification that each of these educators receive. So Amber Glover teaches at Bedingfield High, and she earned initial National Board Certification for Social Studies, History/Adolescence, and Young Adulthood. Congratulations, Amber. Sarita Braswell teaches at Vincent Bynum Elementary, and she earned initial National Board Certification for Literacy, Reading-Language Arts/Early and Middle Childhood. Congratulations. Drusilla Lamb teaches at Vincent Bynum Elementary, and she maintained her certification in Generalist/Middle Childhood. Nice job, Drusilla. Amy Crawford teaches at Rock Ridge Elementary, and she maintained her certification in Generalist/Early Childhood. Nice job. And Jill Wheeler teaches at Fike High, and she maintained her certification in Social Studies, History/Adolescence, and Young Adulthood. Nice job, Jill. So congratulations again to all of you. Earning and maintaining this certification is a rigorous process of which you could talk an end about for those of you gone through it. And you're the only ones who've gone through it that are standing up here among us today. This requires a lot of time, not only from you, but also your families and your coworkers and your students. And we appreciate that all that you do for our students every day, but also the extra effort of the National Board Certification and the credentials that it represents. It is very important. It's a wonderful accolade for yourself, but it's also a wonderful accolade for our school system. So we want to thank beginning teacher coordinator Amy Evans for guiding our educators through the certification process. We did have a chance to go and visit classrooms, interrupt your instruction, which was always good, and throw your day completely off, but to celebrate you and recognize you earlier. And so we're proud of you. For Ms. Glover and Ms. Braswell, we have a special door plate for you. The others already have their plates because they're continuing again. So this is a first for you with your plaque and plates. And Ms. Evans has those available for you if you, by chance, need a new one or any reason. We'll be glad to come and put those up, no charge. But we also have the good news certificate for you. Is there anyone you'd like to recognize, as I know your families are a big part of this, so anyone like to recognize their families in attendance tonight? There we go.
My twin sister and son, thank you for supporting me. My husband Brad Lamb, my daughter Rachel Lamb, and grandson Clark.
Oh, sweet.
My son Jonah, and my principal is Chip.
Great. And you?
My principal's here, assistant principal, Ms. Courier. My father's here, Bruce Jackson. And in the back corner, my husband Jay Wheeler, and my son and student Elliot Wheeler.
There we go. Well, thank you again for coming and sparing time tonight. And families, thank you for letting us put them through the paces of earning the National Board Certification. We did nothing but stand out of their way, obviously. But congratulations again on the credential. It is a big deal. We're very proud of you. And we wanted to celebrate that tonight. So now we need to do pictures for sure. Where are you going? Good job. Super safe. Board members, that's all the recognitions for tonight.
Give everybody a second in case they want to step out. All right. So moving on, we have the chairman's report next on the agenda. And for today's report, I was actually talking to Ms. Powell earlier, and I think that today's going to be a good day to recognize our current Teachers of the Year that we have with our schools. So I'm going to go ahead and let everybody know who they are for the 2024-2025 school year. At Barnes, we have Teresa Spate. At Bedingfield, we have Craig Herring. At Daniels, we have Yvonne Dansler. At Elm City Middle, we have Brittany Kopka, who happens to be my son's teacher. At Fike, we have Angela London. At Forest Hills, we have Teresa Bissett. At Frederick Douglass, we have Brittany Beeman. At Gardner's, we have Cheyenne Warwick. At Hearn, we have Jeremy Howell. At Jones, we have Lindsay Pitt. At Lee Woodard, we have Christina Stark. At Lucama, we have Allison Etheridge. At New Hope, we have Nicole Hunt. At Rock Ridge, we have Joan Bogart. At Springfield, we have Teresa Dansler. At Stantonsburg, we have Mary Elizabeth Walker. At Vic, we have Tashika Artis. At Vincent Bynum, we have Morgan Byers. At Wilson or Watt, we have Rochelle Williams. At Wilson Early College Academy, we have Olympia Jenkins. And at Wells, we have Sally Creech. And our district, Wilson County School Teacher of the Year, is at Hunt, and that's Lisa Wheeler. I wanted to take this time opportunity to recognize them tonight. And I'm going to let that conclude the chairman's report, and I'm going to give it to Dr. Mills.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, board members, audience members, few informational items. It is that time of year, hard to believe, when we're sharing information about how to register for kindergarten in the NC Pre-K program. Whew, a little freaky thinking it's already time for kindergarten registration, but it is. We're asking families of incoming kindergartners to attend kindergarten registration night on March the 6th from 3:30 to 6:30 in the elementary schools. During that time, students will complete a mandatory assessment, and families will have a chance to complete registration and ask questions. You can find more information about registration for kindergarten in NC Pre-K on our district website and social media sites. We're also excited about our upcoming career fair, which will showcase not only positions for educators, but also the variety of careers available in our district. If you're interested in working for Wilson County Schools, and we certainly hope you are, please attend the career fair on Saturday, March 22nd, between 9 a.m. and noon at Darden Middle School. Representatives from our schools and departments will be in attendance, and preliminary interviews will be held on site. We only ask that attendees bring copies of their resume and their most recent transcript. So we're looking forward to a really great event and are ready to welcome you to our Wilson County Schools family. And the tagline this year is "Come Work for the Best at WCS." Amber says that's the tagline for all the videos. So any complaints about that, come see Amber. No comments, okay, no questions, okay. But again, that is March 22nd, 9 to 12 at Darden Middle School for the career fair. I would like to take a moment to recognize our Assistant Superintendent for Administrative Services, Dr. Ben Williams. I know he'll be overjoyed that we're recognizing him, but actually on January 28th, he was in the spotlight as presenter at the Public School Forum's Eggs and Issues event in Raleigh. How'd you take your eggs, Ben? Anything? Didn't eat any? Okay. Educators, policymakers, and community members were in attendance to dive into current topics in our state education policy. The Eggs and Issues event is a very well-attended event in Raleigh. Dr. Williams presented about our WASH centers and what a great resource the clinics are for students and staff. The WASH centers are a partnership between our district and the Wilson County Health Department and the Healthcare Foundation of Wilson. of which we're very proud of the relationship and the work that Wash does for our students and staff. Dr. Williams did a great job, not only representing our district, but also Wilson County. It was a great PR event for us. It was a good chance to share the word about how Wash really helps our district and the support that we have from the County Health Department and the Healthcare Foundation, which made it all possible. We are unique in being able to offer that in our schools, and it is a valuable service for our students and staff. So thank you, Dr. Williams, for representing us at the Eggs and Issues Forum. And finally, this last note, which I just really hate to share, but must do it. We are keeping up to date with the latest forecasts regarding possible winter weather. We appreciate everyone's patience as we watch over what might be the best decisions for our students, staff, and families, and we'll keep you up to date as soon as possible. So, Mr. Chairman, that's my last word on the weather. Now back to you.
All right, next on the agenda, it's time for public input. And just as a reminder, each person is granted 3 minutes for his or her presentation. This portion of the meeting is for the board to hear matters of interest from the public. However, obscene and vulgar statements, personal attacks, and statements reasonably perceived to be disruptive or imminently threatening to the orderly operation of the meeting shall not be permitted. Tonight, we have 3 people signed up, and the first is Madison Thorne.
Good evening, Chairman, Dr. Mills, board members, and senior staff. My name is Madison Thorne, and I am honored to serve as the president of the Bedingfield FFA chapter. Thank you for the opportunity to speak with you this evening about our chapter and exciting events we have planned. At Bedingfield High School, we are proud to have 133 FFA members ranging from 9th to 12th grade. Our members actively participate in career and leadership development events where we gain hands-on experience, leadership skills, valuable knowledge that prepares us for future careers in agriculture and beyond. This week, we are celebrating National FFA Week, a time to recognize the impact of agricultural education and the opportunities FFA provides students across the country. We have a variety of events planned, and we would love for you to be a part of them. Tomorrow, I, along with Mr. Glover, Ms. Eason, and another chapter member, will be traveling to Raleigh, North Carolina to attend the 2025 North Carolina FFA State Legislation Day. This event gives us the opportunity to advocate for agricultural education, meet with state leaders, and discuss the importance of FFA in preparing students for success. We also invite you to join us Wednesday, February 19th, weather permitting, 5 to 8 p.m. at Culver's of Wilson for our FFA Share Night. If the date should be changed because of weather, we will let you know. This is a great opportunity to support our chapter while enjoying a meal and meeting some of our outstanding members. Additionally, Thursday, February 20th, Bedingfield will be hosting the Tar River Federation Contest. This event will bring together FFA members from across our local area to compete in various agricultural events, showcasing their knowledge and skills. We appreciate your continued support of our chapter in agriculture education, and we hope to see you at Culver's on Wednesday night or at one of our upcoming events. Thank you for allowing me to speak tonight, and thank you for all you do to support students like me in developing leadership, career skills, and a passion for agriculture. Thank you.
Nice job.
Thank you, Ms. Thorne. Next, we have Dr. Bayo.
Hello, folks. Ever since the November school board meeting, I've been searching for its broadcast. It is not located it is not located with the other broadcasts from the other meetings. I have found the October and December, but not the November. Can you please help me locate the November board meeting? With respect to my question from the November meeting about the books Forever, Sold, Crank, and Tricks, I have shared them along with your responses, specifically addressing school board policies 3200 and 3210 on Moms for Liberty Wilson County Facebook page. One critical issue regarding policy 3200, specifically section B1B, which states, quote, "The objectives of the selection of supplementary resources are as follows: to provide resources that will stimulate growth in factual knowledge, literary appreciation, aesthetic values, and ethical standards," end quote. My question again is, how do these books of this nature meet these standards? Unfortunately, in your answer, you neglected to address the issue of how these books stimulate growth in ethical standards. I ask you, what ethical standards do you apply that legitimize these books? From what I understand, in order to legitimize these books, they must meet the following criteria of ethical standards. They must promote honesty, integrity, respect, empathy, accountability, fairness, and the well-being of the readers. These standards help evaluate the content of messaging of the books, ensuring they promote positive moral values and encourage readers to reflect on their own ethical beliefs and actions. By fostering a critical dialogue with morality and ethics, the books can stimulate growth in ethical awareness and understanding among readers. Ladies and gentlemen, it seems to me that these books, along with others of similar themes in your school libraries, do not fully align with the policy you have established. I humbly request that you reconsider the legitimacy of these books based on your policies. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Pagan. Next, we have Dr. Robertson.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
None of you have seen my face because I'm new to the area. I think only one person here has had the opportunity to speak with me, but just have two questions for you. But let me introduce myself to you first. Originally from California, graduated there and went on to have an distinguished 20 years as a teacher in the classroom and 21 years as an administrator. The last 10 years, I've been traveling around the world now that there are close to 800 American schools and universities. And when there was a passing, somebody had to return to the States or some unknown reason, they didn't call Ghostbusters. They called me and about 12 others in all the United States. So my questions for you are this. What is the district doing to enhance the lives of children to think outside of Wilson and to see the world? When I was in school, the world was this tiny. I mean, now it's just enormous. And I recall a teacher in the 6th grade who went to Greece and Europe and all these wonderful places around the world. And he had this slideshow for us kids. And I looked at him and I went and I told my friends and I said, I'm going to see all these places and I'm going to work in all these countries. And they all looked at me and said, Robinson, you're poor and you're black. Well, Dr. Robinson has gone on to live in 11 countries and has taught school in 43, working hand by side, but with the Nelson Foundation and various other countries. So that's the question right there. What is the district doing to enhance the lives of children to think outside of Wilson and to see the world? Okay, and I'd like to be a part of that. Fundraising. Fundraising is key to any school district and any school. Okay, fundraising, you need faculty, and there's a difference between faculty. There's teachers and educators, okay? And we can combine the two together. So the question here is this: what is the district standards to fundraising outside of the region? Fundraising is a part and has been a part of my repertoire for ever since I was an administrator and before. But there is funding for districts like this and for programs that exist in this school. But you have to remember, large companies are not going to donate for free. They're going to want something, I can guarantee you that. What can we give these companies that will say, yes, we want to give to Wilson every year? So anyway, my time is up. Hey, good to see you, and I hope to meet all of you in the near future. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Robinson. All right, so we have several different options. We can direct the chairman to respond to the concern on behalf of the board. We can direct the administration to respond to the concerns, refer the matter to a board committee, refer the matter to administration, or place the matter of concern on the agenda for a future meeting.
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
I'd ask that we direct administration to respond.
All right.
I would agree.
Sounds good.
All right. Is that the consensus? All right. All right, then we will ask administration to respond. All right. Thank you very much. All right, next section on our agenda is committee reports, and I am going to turn it over to Mr. Breen.
Thank you. From Administrative Services, we had no information items. We had 4 action items, the first of which was 2024-2025 budget amendments. The budget amendments were necessary to reflect a $1.5 million increase to the state expense fund and $65,564 to the federal expense fund. Notable lines that were affected or increased from the state public school fund, the third grade read to achieve teacher bonuses, $80,764 increase. The principal and other teacher performance bonuses, $148,430 increase. Summer reading camp supplies and materials, $145,342. Children with disabilities supplies and materials, $118,214. And for federal programs, we received an additional $9,003 that DPI distributed to all LEAs, or local educational agencies, in additional funds that had been received the prior year but not yet spent. And with all that being said, Mr. Chair, I move that we approve the budget amendments as recommended by the administration.
Second.
All right, it has been moved and by Mr. Breen and seconded by Dr. Fitch that we approve the 2024-2025 budget amendments as recommended. Any discussion? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it. That passes. Mr. Burke?
The next action item that we had was the 2025-2026 calendar for budget development. This is a yearly process. This is something we've done every year as we move towards presentation of a budget to the county commissioners in May. Mr. Vice Chair, I move that we approve the calendar for budget development as set forth by administration.
All right, Mr. Breen has moved that, and it's been seconded by Mr. Batts, that we approve the 2025-2026 calendar for budget development as provided by administration. Any discussion? All in favor, aye. Aye. All opposed? Ayes have it. Mr. Breen?
The next 2 are fun and exciting and good things to talk about. Frederick Douglass has been on all of our hearts and minds for quite some time. Just by way of update, as of today, on November the 25th, 2024, to provide some backstory, Oakley Collier was selected by the Wilson County Board of Education as the architects for the Frederick Douglass design. December 2nd, 2024, we had our initial meeting with Oakley Collier. We discussed the process moving forward and provided a copy of the Jones Elementary School plans. And then on December the 31st, 2024, administration met with Oakley Collier in Barn Hills at Jones Elementary School to tour the site. On January the 8th of 2025, administration met with Oakley Collier and PDC to discuss future FDES, Frederick Douglass HVAC systems. And then on Valentine's Day, they met again with Oakley Collier to discuss the status of the design and scheduled a meeting for February the 27th, 2025 with all Wilson County Schools departments to answer questions regarding design necessities for Frederick Douglass Elementary School. Tell you all that to tell you that even though we selected those architects back November the 25th of 2024, they have been working very hard and working diligently to try and get this project up, running, and moving as quick as possible. That being said, they need a contract. And Mr. Chair, I move that we approve a contract with Oakley Collier Architects to design and provide architectural services for the new Frederick Douglass Elementary School in the amount of $2 million.
Second.
All right, it's been moved by Mr. Breen and seconded by Dr. Fitch that we approve a contract with Oakley Collier Architects to design and for design and architectural services for the new Frederick Douglass Elementary School for $2 million. Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it. All right, motion passes, Mr. Brown.
The last action item, equally as exciting. Today, we received some information and had some spirited discussion regarding the certified and classified supplements. We discussed what the possible impact to supplements would be to the district. What we decided and, or what administrative services decided and what we are, the motion that comes from that is, Mr. Chair, I move that to approve a 1% supplement increase for all certified and classified personnel effective immediately, and authorize administration to move forward with a tier-based flat rate schedule.
All right. It has been moved by Mr. Breen and seconded by Mr. Batts that we move forward with a 1% certified and classified supplement effective immediately, and instruct the administration to start development of a flat tiered supplement. Is there any discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it, and the motion passes.
I didn't dance.
But you still can.
We can pause for a second if you'd like. Is that all you have, Mr. Green?
That sums up the Administrative Services Committee report on our business.
All right, perfect, thank you. Next on our agenda, we have Instructional Services Committee report.
Thank you. The Instructional Services Committee met today at 3:30. We had no information items and several action items. Under the action items, the first are contracts requiring board approval. And on behalf of the Instructional Services Committee, I would like to recommend that we approve E-Therapy Staffing Solutions LLC for exceptional children's contracted services not to exceed $100,000. Also, Tiber Creek Network Access Control System in the amount of $166,271.07.
Second.
She recommended.
I move that we approve the contract with E-Therapy Staffing Solutions LLC for exceptional children contracted services not to exceed $100,000, and Tiber Creek Network Access Control System for $166,271.07.
Second.
All right, it has been moved by Ms. Boyette and seconded by Ms. Powell that we approve contracts with E-Therapy Staffing Solutions LLC for the exceptional children contracting services not to exceed $100,000, and Tiber Creek for network access control systems for $166,271.07. Is there any discussion?
Mr. Chair,
Yes, sir.
if I just may add, the Tiber Creek Network Access Control System, that's entirely grant funded. That's our first cybersecurity grant.
That's correct. All right. Thank you for pointing that out.
Thank you.
Any other discussion? All right, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it, motion carries.
Our next item for action involves our arts proficiency endorsement documents. At our last meeting, we approved the policy changes to align with the state that added endorsements to the diplomas that are possible. We now have 6 diploma endorsements. What we're talking about tonight is what will qualify as an eligible extracurricular activity for the arts endorsement. And we have a list of items that would qualify, along with a statement that if there are additional activities, they can be made a request to the Executive Director for Secondary Education. We also include a form provided by the state on which these extracurricular activities would be documented. So I move, Mr. Chair, that we approve the arts proficiency endorsement documents for
Second.
approval.
All right, that's perfect.
Quick on the draw.
Too quick.
All right, Mrs. Boyette has moved, and Ms. Powell has seconded that we approve the arts proficiency endorsement documents. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it, motion carries. Ms. Boyette.
The rest of our items, C through K, are revised policies and one draft policy that are being considered as a second reading. The changes that we made at the first reading were included in the policies where we had suggestions. So on behalf of the Instructional Services Committee, I move that we approve revised policy 3226, 4205, internet safety, revised policy 3440, recognizing excellence, revised policy 4320, tobacco products, students, revised policy 5022, registered sex offenders, revised policy 5026, 7250, smoking and tobacco products, draft policy 5150, reporting to external agencies, revised policy 6120, student health services, revised policy 6140, student wellness, and revised policy 8305, federal grant administration.
Second.
All right, it has been moved by Mrs. Boyette and seconded by Ms. Powell that we approve revised policy 3226, 4205, internet safety, revised policy 3440, recognizing excellence, revised policy 4320, tobacco products students, revised policy 5022, registered sex offenders, revised policy 5026, 7250, smoking and tobacco products, draft policy 5150, reporting to external agencies, revised policy 6120, student health services, revised policy 6140, student wellness, and revised policy 8305, federal grant administration. Is there any discussion? All right, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it, and motion carries. And that concludes your
Yeah, and that
report?
concludes our report.
All right, so, Ms. Powell.
Yes. I move that the Wilson County Board of Education go into closed session to consider confidential personnel matters as provided in the North Carolina General Statute 143-318.11, A1 and 6, and 115C-319 through 321, to consider confidential student matters as provided in the North Carolina General Statute 143-318.11, A1, and North Carolina General Statute 115C-402, and the Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act 20, United States Code 1232G, and to consult with the Board of Education attorney and preserve the attorney-client privilege as provided in the North Carolina General Statute 143-318.11A3.
Second.
All right, it has been moved by Ms. Powell and seconded by Mrs. Boyette that we Wilkes County Board of Education go into closed session to consider confidential personnel matters as provided in North Carolina General Statute 143-318-11A1 and 6 and 115C-319 through 321 to consider confidential student matters as provided in North Carolina General Statute 143-318-11A1 and North Carolina General Statute 115C-402 and the Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act 20 USC 1232G, and to consult with the Board of Education attorney and preserve the attorney-client privilege as provided in NCGS 143-318-11A3. Is there any discussion? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries unanimously, and we are adjourned to closed session.